Hey everyone, today we are going to be fixing this dustpan. My uncle asked me to fix this. He uses it to clean out his wood stove, and as you can see, it's barely hanging on. So he asked me just to put a couple tacks on it, but I'm going to fully weld this because a couple tacks is strong, but a whole weld is stronger. And also, if you can see, it's got some deformation in his pan, so we're going to try to straighten it out a little bit. I said about powder coating this, but my powder coat system isn't quite set up yet. I just have an oven and my powder coat system, but my blast is not even assembled yet. So today we are just going to weld this and maybe grind it up a little bit, use my grinder here, and maybe just put a coat of Rust-Oleum truck bed liner on it after I'm all done to make it look purty. So let's get going on this. Got my welder hooked up. I got the titanium 170 from Harbor Freight. Nothing crazy, it's flux core wire. I do eventually want to get the tank of gas for this, the argon, but I don't have it yet. Been welding 12 years, so if this thing kicks my butt, I'm going to be really upset. So let's get going. Let me see where I can put you while we tackle this project. We have this nice little chair over here for a desk I'm restoring. As you can see, this is my wood shop, metal shop, everything, so I'm trying to get everything done, but you know, it's kind of hard when you work and everything else. So I'm gonna get you set up. Maybe we can allow you to here. Just let you see, and we'll adjust you a little bit here. Let me find something. Maybe this old rag folded underneath will help the camera sit better. That way you can see the floor. Look, there's your dustpan. Yeah, that's a little better. It'll be... There we go. That's pretty good, huh? Let me just put this... I'm going unedited. I don't know how to edit videos, so bear with me. PPE is very important when you work on your stuff. I'm wearing a weld jacket. You need to wear something that covers your arms because the UV rays from this thing will burn your skin really bad. Not only the sparks coming off of it, but the UV hurts more. You'll feel it for a couple days. It's like a sunburn, but feels worse, I think. Gloves are very important. Leather gloves. Doesn't matter. For this welder, you don't need anything crazy heavy. So I just use these driver's gloves. These are made by Tillman. So I just use these. You want to wear jeans and wearing sweatpants, don't do like me. You got to wear jeans. Wear boots, leather boots. But we're going to... First off, we need to get this thing ground up. So we're going to take this cutting wheel off of our grinder, and you always need to leave the handle on this. I don't know where my handle went. It's somewhere in that mess you've seen. So, you know, my tool to release this is somewhere too, so I'm going to try to do it by hand. Usually I can do it at work. There it goes. Take your disc off. I'm going to use a flap disc. This is a flap disc. I'm using a generic Walmart Hyper Tough flap disc. They're the cheapest, I think. Yeah, 2-pack. They're 80 grit. So they will eat, so you got to be careful. Don't gouge your metal. So we're going to put this in here like this. Oops. Not like that. You got to get it just right. Make sure that disc is centered. Once it's on there, find your tension point, tighten it, like that. Now we need an extension cord. I will be right back and I'll plug this in. We also need a grind shield. You do not want to do this without a grind shield. So, this is my Harbor Freight extension cord, reel. And don't forget the grind shield. You also want to be wearing safety glasses the whole time. Because you only get one pair of eyes. You got to do all the things you can to protect them. Alright? So, I'm wearing these. They kind of make it easier to see versus the white ones for some reason. Like, they kind of make everything have a light blue tint to it. It's kind of nice. And then you just put your grind shield on. I have a baseball cap under my grind shield. Alright, we're ready. Let's start grinding. You also want earplugs. This thing's going to be loud. But I'm not going to be grinding forever, so I'm only cleaning this metal to weld it. Without hopefully breaking this off totally. Pretty much all the cleaner you're going to need on both sides. So we're going to get started. I think we're ready to start welding this actually. Got to make sure when something like this, you want to make sure that the handle orientation is where you want it. So, you know, if it's not to your liking, you bend it now before you weld it. Bend it to where it feels natural. First thing we're going to do, since this side closest to you is broke off the most, we're going to put a tack there, and I'll bring it back when I get a tack on it. That's where it's falling off the most. There we go. Welder's on. It's been a while since I used it. We have an error. It might be because I'm on 120 instead of 240. I have it hooked up to a 240 line. Just give me a second. There we go. Flip the switch and turn it back on. Now we're green. We're good. Now I don't want to burn through this. If you run too hot, you are going to blow all this away. You don't want to do that. This stuff's really, really thin. So the lower the setting, the better. So I think we're going to try 18.7 volt and 160 wire speed and see what happens. I also need my weld shield wherever I put that. So give me a second, I'm going to grab my weld shield. Again, just a cheap Harbor Freight Vulcan. This thing works pretty good though. I'm going to open it up to put over my hat. The hat helps me keep my head from getting burned when I'm at work. I can't remember how bad the sparks are if this thing throws off. One thing I did forget before we get welding on this, we need a clean spot to put our ground. So we're going to, somewhere on here where I can put my clamp, we're going to clean up a little bit. I'll show you. That's all we really need. Just clean metal is all we need. I'm going to take this hat off. It's not doing me any favors right now. I'm going to stick to just the helmet. Tighten it up. Alright. Now we need our ground clamp. It's up here. This is what our clamp looks like. You can't weld without ground. Alright, so we pull our ground down, hook it up to that bare metal we just ground, and we're good. Let me show you this up close. It doesn't need to be totally clean, you just need a good bare metal spot. You clamp to it. It actually kind of props it up a little bit for me to weld that better. So let's get going on this. We'll put a tack. We'll see how this thing's gonna run. And for some reason my helmet ain't working. Now we're gonna try again. Alright, we got a tack on there, but my helmet's not working. Because I can't see anything. We do have a good tack on there. Let me grab my other helmet real quick. I do have another one. We're gonna try this helmet out and see if it works any better. I just can't remember. There's a spider in it. Hold on. It's pretty dusty and dirty, but should work for what I need. Just this few minutes. There we go. Darkening. Now that seems a little hot yet, so I'm turning it down. We're going to try 17 volt, 160 wire. That looks a lot better. Still kind of seeing spots, so I can't really tell where I'm welding at. But you can see I got my corners welded up a little bit there. It's a little sturdier now. I'm going to go ahead and fully weld this. It's okay if we make it thicker, it's going to be stronger that way. See, we just blew right through it. It's so thin. Just got to take our time and we're going to have to tack it because it's so thin. I'll show you how to clean it up once we get it tacked up. You gotta let it cool a little bit, keep going back and forth. One side then the other. You'll keep blowing it away if you keep trying to do it when it's hot. So we have the red. I'm going to move away from that and try again another spot. Or you can just wait for it to cool and keep going. It's welding really nice though. Yep, see, it just went right through. Now we gotta patch a hole. Alright, right through again. We'll switch sides. Hole again. Keep switching back and forth. You'll eventually have that hole filled. Alright, we got that front side welded. I gotta let it cool a little bit. Get that where you can see a little better. We're using flux core wire, so it looks kind of trashy, but it will work. Here's the back side. You can see I blew through a little bit. But we are using this super thin material. I actually may not even need to weld this back side. It looks like it went the whole way through. I'll probably do it anyway in some spots just to make it stronger. So let's try it. Be careful grabbing near your weld. It's gonna be hot. Really hot. Let's go again. Alright, that looks pretty good there. We're going to do this corner. Alright, I think we're fully welded now. Let's just take a peeky at this little thing. We're gonna let it cool, but it's fully welded, front and back. We're gonna let it cool a couple minutes. We're gonna hit it with the grinder and let it fully cool and try to grind it up a little bit so that way the paint sticks to it when I put it on. While that cools though, we will go ahead and try to fix this bent lip. So let's try to do something with that. I have my handy dandy 4-pound sledgehammer here, and I got some flat concrete right here. So why not let's just try to bend it against the concrete. Try to hold it as flat as possible and just pound it back into submission. And we have some curls here, and I do have some pliers to try to get these curls out. I'll show you what I mean. I just have my weld pliers. They will work because this material's so thin. Alright. Look how sturdy the handle is now. It would have snapped off in a second before. Alright, so we have a curl down here. See how that curls in? we're gonna straighten that with our weld pliers. My uncle's had this dustpan. He's been cleaning out his wood stove for like 25 years with this dustpan. So, wanted to make it usable for him again. I'm not charging him anything for this. You don't charge family for stuff you do, but if they want something big, obviously you gotta charge for it. But something small like this, don't be afraid to do it pro bono. It's good practice too for you. Alright, so I got that lip straightened out with the weld pliers, you see. I took no time at all. He's got this one over here, it's kind of bent up, but I'm not too worried about it. This was just on the main chute part, that's why I didn't want to leave it go. I'll touch this one up a little bit, but these edges don't really matter too much. They just hold the stuff in, so we'll just straighten this one a bit. Maybe we can get that curl out of that. Oh, you know what? I'm being a dummy. Let's just try this. I took it out. Now let's flatten this bottom again. Shouldn't need our welder anymore. I'm going to turn it off because it's pretty loud. Alright. And we give it a look. You know, you keep adjusting as you need. You see a curl right here. That's looking a lot better already. I still feel bumps and ridges, but it's so old, I guarantee I'll feel them no matter what. I could take my time and do this really nice, but like I said, I'm not charging for this. I'm just trying to make it usable again for them. Maybe when I get my powder coat system set up, I'll blast it and put a coat of powder coat on it for them. See how long the powder coat will hold up with daily use like that. I'm curious. Just making sure all the weld is set, like no holes. So it looks pretty good though. I'll go ahead and we'll just grind it up a little bit, clean it. Don't forget your grind shield. We're about ready for paint after I do some grinding. Like I said, we're just going for usable, nothing fancy. My ears are ringing because I didn't put earplugs in. Make sure you do that. This is what we got. My welder is using 035 wire. The reason my welds look as rough as they do is because it's 035 flux core. For something this thin, I probably should have used like 023 wire, but I don't have it. This is just what I had on hand, but I made it work. So, it's really sturdy. Really sturdy. I'm bending it. Nothing. It ain't going anywhere. So, let's just, you know, maybe I won't paint it. Nah, I definitely need to, because I got some bare metal spots and it'll just rust more. Yeah, we'll put a coat. Let me go grab it. Ugh. Being on the floor sucks. I wish I had a workbench. Maybe someday I'll have a nice woodworking bench and a nice welding bench. But for now, I go do everything on the floor. So let's get this cleaned up a little bit, move some stuff around so we can paint. Need to find something to set that up on to paint it. Perfect. This will keep the spray off the concrete. We'll just paint it right here on this box. That should be good, right? Let me go grab a can of paint. Oh, I got a can here somewhere. I don't have a full can. Thought I did. Only got this little bit of Herculiner left. So we're gonna try this Herculiner and see what happens. Whoops. You can take your gloves off to do this, but I'm so used to having my gloves on and working, I just leave them on. Oh, this can might be. Oh, thought it was empty for a second. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just sealing it in. Now shoot the back side where that weld is. I did. That should be pretty good. The bottom will need painted, but we're done now. Once I let this dry, I'll flip it and do the back side. We'll be done. I'll give you a quick overview from my perspective. Take off my safety gear. I don't need it anymore. We're done. There we go. Whoops, let me move my finger. There we go. That looks pretty good, huh? It'll work. The edge is pretty flat now. You won't have an issue missing anything when he digs out his wood stove coals. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to leave it like that. Thanks for watching, everybody. And stay tuned. I got lots of projects planned. Give you a little rundown quick if you stick around. We have this school desk. You've seen the chair. I have this old school desk I'm going to redo. We have this porch swing I started. It has a nice metal frame, but the wood was rotten, so I cut all new wood. I just didn't replace it yet. I got that, and then I have some electronics projects I'm going to be getting to as well. You're going to be seeing one of them shortly. My air compressor I need to upgrade. Was planning on turning this into a coffee table, a Western style coffee table. I was just going to save the insert and build a whole new frame for it. So that might be coming. So just stay tuned. I got lots of projects.